how good is this starting to look after my reno 3 weeks ago? We have had some temps up and down all over the place, so it hasn't filled in as quickly as I would have liked because our temps have dropped. It's actually at 14 degrees today, so it's weird. But it's still growing, a couple of thin areas, but a lot of it is quite thick now. I have been doing my regular mowing, but now I want to bring it down, and today we're going to do that with my cylinder mower. So I'm going to try the Pro Tier for the first time today, and we're going to aim to cut at about 20 mil for today, because we're currently sitting at, let's have a look, I'm actually sure. If I have a look, so we're about 25 mil, so I could squeeze it a little bit lower. Maybe we'll try for, let's just go 15. Let's just go all nuts, let's go all out with it and just see if it takes it, if it scalps. It shouldn't, because the crowns are still nice and low and there's lots of leaf there because we did such a hard reno and scalped it back. So let's go set the mower up. Let's do it. So I've got this Pro Tier just here, so the reason we can do it today, use the Pro Tier on here, is because there's not really much sand about anymore, because it's grown and filled in quite a bit. We might need to be careful on the edges where it's a little bit thinner, but we're not cutting super low either. 15 mil is probably the lowest we're going to go this season, because it's supposed to be a little bit dry this year. So we're going to set this up. Shout out to Liam again from Sydney Cylinder Mowers, who restored this thing for me and put in my colours and everything, stickers. But use the Accu gauge and set this thing to 15 mil. 15 mil on the dot. Sweet, we're good. So here we go, we'll give it a single cut and see how it looks, and then if it's ready for a double cut, we'll give it a double cut just so we give it a really, really tidy cleanup, because we are dropping about 10 mil off it, because that 25 mil all over the place at the moment. Some places are a little bit shorter, but that was the highest blades. But we shouldn't get scalping, but we'll soon find out. So we ended up going with a double cut because it was leaving little stragglers after the first cut, because we took a bit off, but definitely no scalp here. Honestly, I could probably get this a bit lower, but 15 mil is where I've decided to sit, so we're here. Now, obviously it's laying the grass blades over a little bit as well, so I have to keep mowing in different directions, so that's why we double cut and we mow sometimes, is just so that you get those grass blades that lay over. Sometimes it's even good to cut one way and then come into the grain the other way to really push those blades up and get another clean cut, and then go a third way back the opposite way again. We used to do that on the golf course sometimes when some areas got overgrown around the green surrounds and stuff, if we'd been away or there'd been lots and lots of rain. So yep, we're sitting, see some of it's still up at the 20 mil that it's missed, some of them are even still up at the 25 mil that it's missed just because it's pushed it over. So it's going to be a regular mowing thing and double cutting every time I do it in opposite directions to really stop it laying over. And also, once the canopy gets a bit tighter and the grass gets closer together, you're going to find your grass blades won't lay over as much. They'll actually stand up a lot taller as well, and you'll get a heaps cleaner cut. Because obviously we've still got areas where there's not any grass because it's still repairing. I mean, it is pushing sideways now, and the more it starts to creep sideways and thicken up, the more that it's going to get tight knit and stand up tall, which is one reason why plant growth regulator can be great, because it does make it a little more tight knit. It won't help it fill in bare areas, but it will help it get a bit more dense. So once this is all filled in, that's when I'll start looking at putting down some plant growth regulator to stop the top growth, but to also help it list nice and tight and look schmick. Still looks very good. Very, very good. So since it's now been 3 weeks, we're going to start thinking about getting some liquids out. Generally around the 3 to 4 week mark, I like to get some liquids out. Now, we're not pushing nitrogen because the Dominate fertilizer we put out is still pushing a bit of nitrogen, but we want to push a bit of P and K, some microbes as well, just to help the root system develop and get stronger while this is happening. So we set ourselves up for a good summer. We're not going to have to use as much water because our roots will be nice and dense and strong as well. And then it's also going to help with the vigor of our plant, make it look a little bit nicer. There's a little bit of iron in the Brilliance, not a lot, just to help with a bit of colour boost. We're not going to put Enhance Out. I generally like to put Enhance Out with the mix, but today we're not going to because of the extra nitrogen in that. We're just going to be putting this out to get up our plant health and get this thing great for resisting disease, heat stress, even cooler temp stress, all those kind of things. So put this out. Each product I'm using, so the Vitalize, the Nourish and the Brilliance, all had 200 ml per 100 square meters. This here is 200 square meters, so I'm putting out 400 ml. And I always put out 4 liters of water per 100 square meters with one of these 04 nozzles. So it's a T-Jet 04 nozzle. It's just so you know how much water is coming out with it. And I like to go over twice just in case there's any spots missed, so it gives nice, even coverage. So I'll put this out now, go in 2 directions, and we should really see a bit of a colour boost in the next day or 2. It acts pretty quickly, and this should really help this tighten up as well. But more than anything, our soil health and our root health as well is really going to be impacted by these products. And if you do jump on the website, I do have a bundle of all these 3 products there, which you can purchase together in a 1 litre pack size or a 5 litre pack size as well. So from here on in after Reno, I go back to monthly liquid ferts with that mix there. Sometimes I'll add some Enhance for an extra bit of colour and growth with some extra nitrogen in there, or swap it out for some Pronto if I really want to push some growth and repair some spots, which just has 24% nitrogen. And apart from that, just regular mowing now, back to a normal watering schedule because most of our places are filled in. There's basically no sand about now because it's all pushed through. So yeah, it's basically back to normal maintenance and just allowing it to naturally fill back in and get back to complete full health. Now, if you really wanted to push up it creeping sideways because you had maybe some people visiting in the next couple of weeks, that's when you would put some Pronto out to help really push some growth. And I would go that once every 2 weeks if you want to really push it. You could go once a week, but you just got to keep on top of the mowing and just be careful when you're pushing that much nitrogen on your lawn. But that's it for today. Thanks guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you learned something in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys very soon.